So the production team just threw a song at me, and I'm going to learn it now from my iPad. And I'm actually just going to go through the whole process. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to listen to the song. I'm just going to listen to the whole song. And then I'll actually go through it step by step, kind of practicing or listening, because I've never heard the song before. So I'll then probably listen to the intro and then the first verse and the chorus, whatever. But I'm just going to run you guys through the whole process. Me playing along to the song, listening to specific parts, kind of trying to get them down. But since I've never heard the song before in my life, this is me trying to learn the song for the first time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to listen to the whole song from start to finish, just to get the feel of the song. Cool. I think that gave me a pretty good feel for the song and the tempo and kind of what the guy was going for. By the way, the song is called "It's About Something" by a band called YUCA. I heard a lot of like offbeats, like da 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 da. So that's kind of what I'm keeping in my mind now. The dude used a lot of that, so that's something that I can always go back to if I'm doubting a specific part of the song. I think I'll listen to the intro and kind of try to nail the intro now. But the cool thing about listening through the whole song is that you get a good feel for the song. So I kind of know what the style is like and what the drummer tried to convey with really powerful, like driving drumming. Another thing that I should mention is that I'm not going to learn the song note for note. Like I'm not going to learn the fills note for note. I'm not going to go that deep into the song. I just want to be able to play along to the song stylistically, pretty much. Just want to get behind the verses and the grooves and the choruses and try to convey the same emotion with the song that the original drummer wanted to. So that's my approach now. Just want to get the structure down. I'm not going to learn it note for note. That'll take a bit longer than what can fit on one DVD. So I'm just going to learn the song, just basically the structure. So I'm going to start with the intro. I'm going to listen to it again, and then I'm going to try and play it. So I'm just going to try to nail that intro, because I heard the riff as that's the length of the riff. Well, that's how I heard it. So let's see if I'm right. Cool, and now I just want to nail the structure of what the drummer is playing. I know it's like a really driving groove, but I just want to get the kick pattern down specifically because the hats and the snare is really simple. But I just want to get that down before I proceed to the next part of the song. Cool, now I'm just going to play the intro. Well, I'm just going to try to play the intro. I didn't quite have the kick pattern down, so I'm just going to listen to it again just to be sure, because I think I kind of know what it goes like. I just want to be sure. Like I said, I'm not going into specifics, but this is just kind of my pet peeve. I don't want to destroy the guy's drum track by playing a different kick pattern, because that goes really well with the guitar riff. So I just want to listen to that again and kind of just play along if I feel I want to play along. Cool, and it seems like he continues the same kick pattern, which is sweet. The intro, I haven't even listened specifically if he plays it on the hats or on the crashes, but that's just the way my head works. I just want to get the pattern down first, then I'll decide Flip, I can't even believe that I didn't even focus on that. But anyways, I'm playing on the hats for now. But in the verses, he goes to a closed hat and he plays, it sounds like he plays the same kick pattern. The cool thing is, well, the cool thing about that is you can just then continue to keep playing the kick pattern. It makes it a lot easier to learn the song. I'm just going to, actually I just want to play that intro again, just to be sure that I've got it down. And then go into the verse. And I'm actually just going to play along to the verse. I might make some mistakes because I don't know exactly how the verse goes, but I just want to see how far I can get in the song with that same kick pattern. Just want to see where it changes. Cool, so that's where it changes. That's quite a prominent change after that first verse. That sounds like either verse 1B, like the second part of the first verse, or maybe like a quite long pre-chorus. But that's the first real big significant change. So I'm just going to listen to the pre-chorus and see what exactly happens there. Yeah. And cool, that seems pretty basic. I'm just going to try to play that quick. Yeah. And we'll still walk until the biggest difference is obviously that then he goes to the ride for the chorus. I think I've got the pre-chorus down. I just want to make sure. Not down, but you know what I'm saying. I just want to get the feel down. It feels like I feel comfortable with it. Let's just see if I really do feel comfortable with it. And we are not where we can be. Yeah. Cool, the pre-chorus feels good. I missed a few of the offbeats, as you might have heard. The pre-chorus seems to be riddled with them. It's they're the constant thing in the pre-chorus. So next time, I'm just making a mental note. Next time I play the pre-chorus, that's the thing that I need to focus on. I think I've got the kick pattern down, and I think I've got the hats down. And the way my head works is now, next time I play the song and I get to the pre-chorus, that is the only thing that I focus on, is the snare. Because I feel comfortable with the kick and with the hats. So next time when I approach this and I feel that the pre-chorus is coming on, I immediately realize, okay, remember the offbeats on the snare. Remember the offbeats on the snare. I kind of make little mental notes. So in my mind, the intro is kind of a segment, and the first verse is a segment, and I feel comfortable with them both. But I realized that in the pre-chorus, I forgot the offbeats on the snare. So just a little mental note, next time I hit it, to remember about the constant offbeats. As you might have heard that I just did a little fill just right before I went into the chorus. I don't think it was the right fill. I really don't think it was the fill that the original drummer played, but I just did something just to kind of segue into the chorus. But I think that's totally fine, because I just want to get behind the feel of the song, like I said. Now I'm going to listen to the chorus and see exactly what's happening there. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to play the whole song up until that point. I think I'm going to do that just to kind of cement it in. And the hectic thing is, I am definitely going to make mistakes still, because I don't know the song so well, because I've just heard it for the first time. So I'm going to play it from the beginning and make some mistakes. Be ready for that. But I just want to kind of cement that into my skull before I move on to the first chorus. So this is a song from the beginning. Even though I made a mental note, I kind of still forgot about one little offbeat, but I felt comfortable about that. I felt comfortable about the first part of the song. As you saw, I kind of started messing around a little bit. I just kind of added my own stuff. I don't think they are creative additions yet. I'm just kind of feeling my way around the structure of the song. So that's why I kind of just like wanted to feel like what it would sound like if I placed splashes on certain places or whatever. So no creative additions yet, kind of just having fun with the song, basically. It feels like I've got the first part down. I'm just going to make sure about the chorus now. That's going to be tricky. The crash is at a place that is, well, it's not uncomfortable, it's just not extremely predictable. But I think the feel of the chorus is pretty much like a really laid back kind of, like the offbeats again on the snare drum, staying on the ride. Some tom falls in between. I'm not going to stress too much about those though. I might add a few if I feel like it, but I'm just going to jam along to the chorus and see what it feels like. And possibly not hit that stop. That might be quite difficult to do on the first go. I suck. That is actually the most predictable place ever. Oh man, that's my bad. It's actually it's at a really comfortable place. I'm just going to play along to it again and see if I can hit it now. Now that I know that I misjudged it.
It's about something grand and it's beautiful. So
Sweet, just a little gap there, little kind of tension hanging in the air, and then the drummer just falls right back into that intro with a really driving beat. And I think the kick pattern will be the same. As you can see, I'm staying away from all the theoretical annotation stuff because Jared Falk is in the next room, and I'm really scared I'm gonna mess it up. So that's why I'm saying stuff like that's just a drum beat and a groove. I'm staying away from the quarter note stuff because I think I might be wrong. But anyways, I'm just gonna see what happens after the chorus and if it's the same kick pattern as the intro. Cool, so the intro is half the length of the one at the very beginning. That's, well, I think it is. That's how I understand it. And then it goes into the verse. So I just want to make sure that the verse is also the same kick pattern and length as the one at the beginning. The reason why I keep referring to the kick pattern, maybe I should clarify that first, is because, like I said, I've got the hats. I feel like I've got the hats down, and I feel like I've got the driving snare down. So I don't even worry about these at all. I just think about the kick pattern because it feels like the signature of this groove and this beat is the kick pattern. Because in the pre-chorus it might be the offbeat on the snare, but for these parts the snare just drives the whole time and the kick pattern kind of colors it in. So that's why I'm focusing on the kick pattern the whole time, because that seems like the signature of the groove. So I'm just going to listen to that little interlude between the first chorus and the first verse again to make sure of the length, and then I just want to make sure that the kick pattern in the second verse is the same as in the first verse. It's about something grand, and it's beautiful, so Sweet. It feels the same to me. It's just got a cool little stop, like a 2 snare stroke stop at the very end, and then it goes into the same pre-chorus. It sounds like. So I'm just gonna play. The song until where I just listened to just after the first chorus, because I played up until the first chorus. So I might play the whole first chorus and then just the interlude between the first chorus and the second verse to make sure of these things. Hopefully I can not screw up the timing this time. Cool. Luckily I nailed the little stop. I kind of remembered while I was playing that it didn't end the same way as the one in the intro, so I'm really glad that I remembered the stop. It's a really simple little 2 snare stop, So now I'm going to listen to the chorus, well, the pre-chorus, and see if it is the same as the first one. Because if it is, then I can just kind of copy that in my head. Because at the moment I have it 4-click intro, 1, 2, 3, 4, da, and then it's like the intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. That's kind of how my head has made it. So if they are the same, it's hard to explain because I'm not a computer, but it kind of feels like that's what I do. I just copy the section in my mind and I just say this one is the same as that one. And if there are small little differences, like the 2 snare stop at the end of that first verse, I think it was, before the pre-chorus, then I just kind of add that into the middle. So I still copy it over, and in my mind it's still the same. It's just, I just make a little mental note that when I reach the end, just to remember the 2 snare stroke. That just makes it a whole lot easier for me to remember, instead of kind of trying to remember every single part as a unique entity. Because many times, especially with drumming, sections are copies of different sections, maybe just with small little changes. So that's how I remember the song. I'm just going to listen to that whole thing again, just to be sure that I've got everything after the first chorus. Sweet, so it feels the same. It feels the same as the first one. I forgot the friggin' offbeats again, so I'm just making another mental note in pen this time that I have to remember the offbeats. I don't know why I keep forgetting the offbeats. So the pre-chorus, same as the first one, with the offbeats. I actually try to hear if he's playing that intro part, or she, you know, it can be a girl, I don't know. But I don't know if the drummer is playing that on the hats or on the crashes. I think it's because it's an MP3 and the headphones aren't that good, and many other valid excuses, but I don't know if they're playing it on the hats or on the crashes, that double time vibe. So that's why I'm just sticking to the hats. I might feel my way around the song a little bit later to see if it, I think it might sound a bit better on the crashes. A bit more energy, but I'll see when I get there. When I've got the structure down, I can start messing around with the details. I just want to play that whole thing after the first chorus, just to be sure that I've got everything in between the 2 choruses. And the thing is, if I go into the second chorus, I'm actually just going to jam along and play what I played in the first chorus, just to kind of take the chance and see if it's the same. From what I can remember, it is the same, but we'll see, because the first chorus had the stop. Well, I'm just gonna wing it and see what happens. That's how I roll. It's about something grand, and it's beautiful, so beautiful. I see the world. I'm such a friend to wake up with. Angry always seems to be around. It's like Okay, I'm gonna stop there. The second chorus was the same. It was exactly the same. Well, not exactly, not like a replica or a clone of the first one, but the structure and the feel was the same. The stop was the same as well, which was cool. I kind of anticipated for the chorus to be twice as long. I think you saw I kind of was ready to go on a bit longer, but that's just the way that I play. That's what I would have done. That's why that was my first idea. But that's not the case. It stops on the first place that the first one stopped. So now I'm just going to learn. That's the bridge. What's coming now is the bridge. They've got a really big gap. It's not like 4 counts, it's 8 counts now. So I don't know if I'm going to hit that snare shot, but it's a snare shot and it's kind of the bridge. I assume it's going to start building up until the last chorus. That's what I remember from the first time when we heard this. So I'm just going to listen to everything after the second chorus. The reason why I'm not playing the whole song again up until the second chorus is because of the way that I kind of categorize the song. So like I said, I copy sections. So now I'm almost copying the whole first section and saying this times 2, because it's almost a replica of the first part, except for some minor small stuff. So the 2 snares stop. What else? There's a little gap after the first chorus, but that's pretty much the same length as the intro. So in my mind, it's almost a replica of the first part. So I just simplify things the whole time. If they are very close to each other, then I just say A is equal to B, so A times 2. Just play it twice, just with small minor stuff. That's just the way that I approach this. So that's why I'm not playing through the whole song again. I'll do that at the end. Now I just want to hear what's going to happen after the second chorus. So I'm just going to play the end of the second chorus with that 8 counts afterwards, and then a snare shot, and then I assume it's going to build up with a bridge unto the last chorus. Cool. I didn't count, because I don't count, but I think I've got an idea how long that section is. If you don't have a theory background, then, and I've seen this many times because I've played in many worship bands and many churches, then you just usually say, well, there's a gap and the guitarist plays something 2 times. But he actually plays it probably 32 or 64 times. But kind of, if you have that simplistic mindset, then you just say, okay, there are 2 gaps. I don't know if it's 16 counts or 8 counts. I didn't count. And Jared Falk is in the next room, so I don't want to kind of take that chance. But the 4 bars, sweet. It's 4 bars, and so I'm not gonna count, like I said, because I didn't count. But I'm just gonna. I think I know how long it is. It is gonna suck if I miss it now. If I miss it now, then my reputation is gonna go down the drain. But I'm just going to listen to it again and see where the drummer comes back into the groove. I think I know how long it is. I just want that's a pretty important part of the song, so I just want to make sure that I've got the gaps right. And it's beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, cool. I'm so glad I nailed that little gap there. Then it's just a quick little segue into the solo, it seems. I'm just going to listen to how long that is again. You saw I did the full, the snare, and then going down from the rack tom to the floor tom. That's how I heard it initially. That's my feel of the full. If you want to get it down stroke for stroke, you can listen to it over and over. Not that it's that complicated, but that felt okay to me. I'm just going to play it like that because it kind of feels like it communicates the feel of the song. So I'm just going to take it from that full and see exactly how long that little segue is into the solo, and then I'll just listen to the whole solo and see how long that is until it probably goes back into the chorus. So I'm just going to take that part from right before that little stop.
Oh, it's beautiful. Come, come in.
So it's 4 bars. It's a full 4 bars, I think. And then it goes into the solo. And now I'm just going to see how long the solo is. That's going to be interesting for me because it ends at a place where I didn't think it was going to end. As you saw, I counted to where I thought it was going to kind of go back into the chorus, but that didn't happen. So if this happens to you, if you feel really uncomfortable with the length of a section, then because you saw kind of, I try to feel how long certain sections are and then commit to that. My gut feel, but if that fails 2 or 3 times because it's just a strange, well, a length that is unnatural to you, then count it if you want to nail it. I'm gonna give it a go without counting first because I really don't like counting, but I'm just gonna use the vocal cue to kind of hear when it goes back into the chorus. Something else that I noticed is that the kick pattern is exactly the same in the solo and in this whole part. Well, not the whole part. The kick pattern is the same in the solo and the first part of that kind of build-up as it is in the, is it the pre-chorus? I think it's the intro and the pre-chorus. Excuse me. And but it does change at the end of it. It goes to like a da-da, da-da, da-da at the end. I think that's what happened. So I'll just keep that in mind next time I listen to it. Once again, the reason why I'm only talking about the kick is because the hands stay the same. As simple as that. That's the copy mechanism that I use. So the hands pattern is exactly the same, the kick pattern just changes. I'm just going to listen to this whole thing again right before the solo just to make sure, well, not to make sure, but just to give the length a new go and see if I can't get the length right. If I do fail horribly and I suck at getting the length right, like I said, I'll just use the vocal cue because the vocalist goes da-da into the chorus and that gap is short enough, well, long enough for me to kind of make my way over to the right and to play the chorus, kind of cheat my way into sounding like I know what the flip's going on. So I'm just going to listen to the solo again. I'm just going to go back because I couldn't exactly hear where the kick pattern changed, because that's good English. I couldn't hear exactly where the kick pattern changed. I think the drummer kind of felt it and just went into it when he felt like it. I don't think it's in the middle of anything. Like I said, if you really want to nail that, then counting might be your best option, or maybe you're just better at me at remembering stuff. So I'm just going to listen to it one more time and see if I can't kind of anticipate where he's going to change the kick pattern. If I can't, then I'm just going to guess, because I'm not going to waste too much time about, like I said, nailing it note for note. But that said, it was a really good idea changing the kick pattern, because it does add a totally new level of energy to the build-up that goes into the last chorus. So good call, drummer of YUCA, regardless of what sex you are.
Oh, it's beautiful. Come, come
There is some sort of structure now, I see. I'm still too stupid to grasp the exact specifics of it, but it seems like there is a finite amount of counts before things change, before things happen. I don't know why it just doesn't click for me yet. I think it's because of the stops. I'm not that good with the stops, as the dudes in the studio already know. But I'm going to listen to the solo one last time and maybe play along to see if I can't get that flippin' bass drum note change. If all else fails, then it's still okay. I'm not going to break my head over that, but it would be cool to hit it.
Oh, it's beautiful. Come, come.
Sweet. Horribly misjudged the ending of the song, but I think I've kind of got the feel of it now. The cool thing about the kick pattern is that it just comes in with the vocal. It comes in one measure later than I anticipated the first time, but now that's just another mental note. Now I just tell myself, if you think it comes in here, it doesn't. It comes in, I don't even know if it's a measure, just one part in layman's terms later than I thought it would. So the mental note says, don't change the kick pattern here, change it one part later. So hopefully I can remember that. And it comes in with a vocal, which is easy. You can kind of hear when the vocalist comes in with I'm Not Afraid. And then it goes into the chorus. I did not hit the full because I still don't really get the length of those things exactly. I couldn't anticipate that perfectly, but the chorus is the same. It was really fun messing around the fills. I'm really getting used to the song now. I really dig the structure of the fills because, I don't know, I think I'm getting used to the tempo of the song and the feel of the song. So I dug the fills that I played, if I can be as arrogant as to say that. But I like the falls. And now I'm just going to listen to that again one last time, just a little intro, the chorus, actually, the last chorus, to see if I can't see exactly where it ends. Because it's pretty important to crash out at the right time. No drummer can really recover from that on stage, unless you go into a solo, which you should never do. But I'm just going to listen to that again and see if I can nail that last crash. What the flip? It ends with the pre-chorus, not the chorus. I suck. The reason why I made this ridiculous mistake is because of the copying method. That is my first instinct, is just to copy stuff. So I don't know why I went with the chorus, because that is really not the chorus. That is the pre-chorus. So after the solo, it goes back to the chorus. Ugh. The pre-chorus, which is the outro of the song, not the chorus. The pre-chorus is the outro of the song. So I'm just going to listen to how long that is until it crashes out, just to be sure, and then I'm actually going to give the song a go from the beginning. See if I can't nail it. Flip, it even has the offbeats that I kept missing in the pre-chorus. I don't know why I thought it was the chorus. But I think I have it now. I think I've kind of got it. So I'm going to try and play the song from beginning to end. Sweet. What do I have to say? I'm really stoked that I kind of got my way around the song. If I wanted to, I could go through the song again, maybe 2 or 3 more times, just to get more comfortable with it. Maybe now start adding some creative changes, stuff that I would have done differently if I was the drummer. Actually, what the flip? I'm just gonna do it again. I'm just gonna play this song again, and just mess with it. I guess that's the best way of saying what I'm about to do. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna compliment the song now and make it awesome. This is just me having fun with the song. The cool thing is, once you have the structure down and you're confident within the structure, then you can start having like friggin' tons of fun with the song. Just adding stuff that you want to add, trying different fills, different things. I'm just gonna mess with the song. Like I said, if it sucks, then that's okay, because I'm just having fun with the song. So I'm just gonna play to it again for the last time, and then just show you guys kind of how my head works when I fish inside the song, and I kind of search for different grooves and different fills and different stuff within the feel of the song. So this is me playing along with the song and just having fun.
Can you see it on my
up. There's so much that you can do with the song. I would actually, if I was alone in my room, I would play it to 10 more times. I think I'm just getting behind the feel now. I think I changed a few things, as you might have heard. I changed, I tried the toms in the second verse, which I didn't like because it was too different from the first verse. I think if I wanted to give that a go, then I'll have to integrate that in a way in the first verse as well. But anyways, this is just how my head works creatively. I think if I wanted to give a creative interpretation of the song, whether for myself or for YouTube or whatever, then I would play to the song probably 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more times just to get some more ideas. But I love the feel of the song. I'm totally getting comfortable with it now. And I'm seeing it while we're recording this product as well. I feel uncomfortable with the song at first, and it's difficult and it's frustrating, but when you get used to the song and when you get comfortable with the song and you just flip and practice the song, then it becomes so much fun because you know the framework and you can move inside the framework. So yeah, I think to conclude this thing about how I learned to play the song's drums, I think I take a very structured approach. I think I take it well, part per part, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, whatever, and kind of just figure it out for myself. Another really important thing is, as you will definitely have heard, is, because I said it many times, is the fact that I copy certain parts and then kind of just make mental notes if certain parts change. But yeah, this is kind of my approach. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed kind of running through the system. It's actually, I also learned a lot about the way that I do it because I didn't know I do it like this. So I hope it meant something to you.